So this is basically my deer camp chili. If you go way back to Kentucky Field, and when we had plenty of venison, which we're gonna have to get very shortly once it cools down, this is my deer camp chili recipe. But what are we using for meat tonight?
Hominy.
Hominy, hominy, hominy.
Hominy, hominy, hominy.
So we're gonna get started with our onions. If you wanna go ahead and chop them up on our, that is a legitimate 1878, that's good, 1878 onion chopper.
Yeah.
Cowboy style.
Love it.
In there. You think our pan's sufficiently hot?
I think it is.
I'm gonna turn those over. So we have our onions going. Now, as we look back over these 7 years, now we've changed around. Think about the different sets that we've had and different places we've been. We started down here. We cooked inside. Then we got the cabin.
Right.
Then we cooked outside the cabin.
That's right.
Then we cooked down here, and we still cook down here on the patio.
That's right.
With the little fishes in the background when the weather's right. Then we got our wagon.
You love your wagon.
And now we're rolling, baby. Now think about it. Over the years, what's some of your favorite dishes we've cooked?
You made me that Philly steak, remember? You put that was delicious.
You like that?
I did.
You know what? You're crazy about Philly cheesesteak.
I always order that with onions and peppers and the Greek. Any of the Greek foods you made.
You know what? One of these times we wanted a gyro, and we wanted it bad.
You made it so good.
And I thought, you know what? We got lamb meat. So I made kind of a loaf.
Right.
You know, they cut it off of those, you know, that's usually beef and lamb.
Right.
And
Yours was better.
seasoned.
Yours was better.
You think so?
And your tzatziki sauce.
I'll tell you what.
And then baklava for dessert.
You made that.
I like that.
That's your specialty. So, all right, now, look where we're at, Mrs. Farmer.
That looks, I could eat that. Just
We have browned our onions.
That was yummy.
Now remember, this is kind of pretty much the same thing that I did with my deer camp chili. We're gonna take some tomatoes.
That we can.
I'm gonna take a quart of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna come back with some red beans. And if you want to put chili beans in there that are already seasoned, you can do just that. And come back in here and stir this up real good. Look at there. All right, now we're gonna take 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder, and I like my cumin a lot.
I do too.
I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna go 1.5.
1.5 of both?
Most people can go one. All right, remember this when you're cooking chili. This is just me. This is an old-fashioned thing. It's kind of Cincinnati secret. If you've had Cincinnati chili, you're gonna recognize this particular flavor. The 3 C's. I'm giving my top secrets here.
That's okay. That's all right.
Your grandfather probably used this in just about everything.
You made.
Cinnamon. It's good for the circulation. And just a dash. It brings a sweetness there that's hard to explain, but it's mighty
Makes
good.
it good. He put cinnamon in everything.
So we're gonna let that get all acquainted. All right, I got my hominy over the fire. Now I'm gonna brown that. I'm just gonna brown that. Now, I'll tell you what.
I might eat some when you do
When people say, well, how do you like your hominy? There's so many ways you can fix it. Some people eat it with bacon and eggs. One of my favorite ways, it's very simple, but it's very good. You think about grits.
Oh, yeah.
You think about butter, salt, and pepper. Boom, done.
I might have to try some like this.
Well, you'll like it, I know.
know.
Yeah. We're gonna get that all browned up, and we're gonna put that in the chili. Now we've got our hominy sufficiently browned, and we're gonna take some jalapenos.
You like it hot, don't you?
Of course. Mix that up.
That looks good.
Now, at this point, if you choose to do so, it depends on how thick you like your chili. I like mine, you can stand a spoon up in it, but that's up to you. You could put you some beer in here. Now, beer adds something to chili. It gives just a little bit of yeasty, wonderful flavor. It's hard to explain, but it really does add. Raul did something that I kind of found that was amazing. And he's not with us anymore. I'm not telling on him, but I found this rather interesting. He always had an apron. And he would be cooking along, and he'd look at me and he said, turn the camera off. So what do you mean turn the camera off? He said, don't show this. So he would bring out of his pocket. Now this is an accomplished chef who cooked for kings and queens and people all over the world. He would reach in his pocket and pull out sugar. For some of the things you would never think about putting sugar in. And he would say, okay, let's put some sugar in here. Don't show this on camera. So you got a little tomato acid, and you got a little cinnamon. And what happens when you put a little bit of sugar in this? It becomes magic. You don't have to tell your friends you did it. They're just gonna think, oh.
My mom keeps sugar in her pocket and does that at every restaurant she's at. I think her dad did that. Yes, her dad did that.
You know
She's
what?
always, her
and
dad
if you
did
look on We're not here to make so-so food. We're here to make really good
That's
food.
right. What do you think?
Turn the camera off, Kelly. Now that's not that much sugar, but boy, did it add a little bit.
Makes it good. That looks good.
All right, now remember, when you're doing this right here, when you're making your chili, when you put the hot stuff in, you can turn it up, but you can't turn it down.
That's right.
So make it like you want it as you do it. So we put a lot of jalapenos. It's gonna have a little bite to it.
And your sour cream always helps. I love that. Oh wow. Let's go with sour cream too.
Isn't that really good?
It's really good.